Hello everyone and welcome to the Friday Night Craft and Chill, where we craft and chill. Or at least I do. Most people just sleep. We have Fat Red Foo in the chat today. Fat Red, first here. How you doing, man? Starting a bit earlier. Yup. I should start earlier all the time, but, you know, I should do a lot of things. Cobwebs here. What's going on, Cobb? Hoping I'd be done with the shadow ban thing, maybe because my computer thinks I'm elsewhere. I don't know, Fat Red. I don't know if that's a time thing or what. I'm not sure how that works. So what are you guys up to today? Any horror movie watching or anything? I didn't do anything like that at all. Let me just grab this wall while we're talking here. So, last week, while I was making that other dungeon room diorama, someone that was watching purchased another one on Etsy, so I'm actually working on that now. I've started on it a few days ago, but I got a few things going. So, whoever that was, if you're watching, thank you very much. I mean, I know the guy's name because he placed an Etsy order, but I'm not going to dox him. Or call him out like that. Got some pickups today. Probably make a video tonight. Very cool. Very cool. You buying just from the store, online? I don't know. Do people do thrift store shopping anymore, or is that not really as much of a thing? I guess it's probably hard with toys. Ed's probably sleeping still, not expecting me to be online yet. You thrift a lot, Fat Red? Yeah, I like thrift stores. I haven't gone to one in a while, but I used to go all the time. I'm thinking I might put this thing up or do like the made to order style I'm doing. I don't know. I'm trying to think what to charge for. I'm not exactly sure, but I like this. I really like the way the brick came out and the stone. It's got a nice kind of realistic look to it almost, or I don't know if realism is exactly it, but I like it. The only thing that bugs me about this one is I did a weird door size, which is fine. You can have a small door, right? But you know, you just get nitpicky in your brain. So it's like a European door or something from the 1940s. Deadpool would be, I don't know how tall Deadpool is, but he's got to be at least 6 feet tall. Got an order canceled from Walmart online, and walked in the store and found it. Yeah. It's funny how that kind of happens sometimes. Compared to 375, let's see. You know, I mentally didn't think about, do I have pants on or not before I stood up. It was like, as I was standing, I was like, crap, do I have pants on? Okay. Oh, he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. Gonzo, what's going on, Jay Gonzo? Good to see you. Ugh. I need something better. I mean, I love the aluminum foil ball, the way it looks, but this pressing, I feel like maybe a roller. I don't know. I gotta try something different out. It's been a long time. Maybe a hammer. Maybe this on the front of a hammer and just whack everything. Maybe. Am I still a ninja? Gonzo, if you want to... I think Fat Red Foo is saying hello to you, but you got to switch to live chat in order to see him. I feel like we need like a public service announcement board or something posting that Fat Red is in the Phantom Zone and you have to switch over to that channel to talk to him. Or you can switch off of it if you don't want to hear him. You know, that's your prerogative, not mine. There you go. Did I show this window last week? Or did I make it last week after we spoke about it? I can't remember. Got the... This needs to turn down a little bit. That is way too much. Too much! There we go. That's a little more manual. Translucent PLA. Pretty sweet. Tape the ball to a dowel and poke at it. I'll try it, Gonzo. I'll try it. It's not a terrible idea. I asked out early, so I don't know. Ed, what's going on, Ed? I'm sure I took you by surprise by actually starting before 11:20 or whatever I normally start at. What's with the shield, Ed? That's a new icon, isn't it? The monkey wrench is gone and you have a shield now? What are you, like the Guardian? That's interesting. So yeah, I can't remember if I had these last week on the stream or not, but I was experimenting with the trans red. Oh, you're on Punk's Pit? Right on, I figured. I wasn't sure if he was doing it this Friday or not, but translucent red. And I finally figured out how to separate the like all this stuff is just where I'm making the model, and then I'm painting this different colors in bamboo, so it's only like a really thin layer. So you can see it's still gray on the edges, but this is actually, it's, you know, it's a separate piece. It's black all the way through and then translucent in the middle. And I just didn't realize how to do it before. I have to use a different type of file. You got to use an object file, not an STL. STL, you can't separate the color like that. But I got that figured out, and I made bigger windows, and these will scale well for 1/18 as well as 1/12. They're really, I mean, I made them thinking 1/12, but it looks good with 1/18 because you can, you know, you could run them like this, or you could run them like that, whatever. You can see kind of, that looks cool. Oh, dude, that looks really cool. He's coming for you, dude. And so I made the frames. They have a little ridge inside right here. And this fits right in there. And so pretty cool. This is pretty similar, not exactly, this is a little bit better than what I used to use when I would do some of my dioramas a few years ago. I didn't have this type of window though. I had to make them myself. But yeah, this is pretty neat, I think. And you could also see it's got like a little lip around it. So if you cut a hole in the foam, yeah, warehouse windows. It could be warehouse, or you could do them up and down. You know, it could look like a, I don't know what that would be. Something. The red light district. But I did actually put these up for sale on Etsy today, just now. There might be more variations later, but I was like, you know what? I got these. They're working pretty good. We're going to go ahead and do that. Ed, if you could go ahead and throw the link to these up, or the link to my Etsy. It's on the Etsy under the 1/12 scale 3D printed section. Yeah. I got a lot of ideas with this, though, now that I understand how to do this process. Just got to spend some time. I mean, even it could kind of like, if you wanted to do a pose, you could have it open like that. You know, it kind of hangs on, have someone peeking out. So yeah, they're up on there. Like I said, it's a 2-kit, 4-piece 2-pack. That's what you get right there. And I thought about selling them singly, but it just seemed to make more sense to sell two. It's $10 a window for the whole frame and the translucent window. Thank you, Ed. Let me pin that up. How's Punk's Pit going tonight, Ed? I've still never been to one of those. I guess it would be kind of difficult for me. Excuse me. Same old crew. Right on. I got this right here. It's kind of convenient. That is a 3D print right there. He has like the perfect logo to do this with too, because it's very simple. It's only 3 colors, so that works out really well. Pinks and Lincoln. Oh, thank you, Fat Red, very much. And same deal as before with these guys right here. If any of you guys are channel members, or Ed, if you buy any of these, just make sure you send me a message, and I'm not going to give you an extra window, but I'll definitely throw some extra stuff in there for sure. I probably will anyway if I just recognize you as a channel member. But it doesn't hurt to message, or just let me know. Yeah, Fat Red, I know you make your own a lot from all kinds of stuff, but I was like, yeah, this is very kind of has a little bit of a cyberpunky thing going on. It could definitely work its way in there. The red. And one of the cool things is like there's a bit of a haziness. You see that? In the middle of each panel where it's not exactly a 3D print error, but it's like an artifact of the printing process. But I actually like it. I think it looks like it adds to the texture of the window. It looks like an old, I don't know, fog or something. But I don't know. I like it. It adds to the glowiness of the window. Yeah, old glass. Right, Ed. I need Ed to translate for me. Alright. Free weathering, there you go. Another subject or question I was going to ask you guys. How many guys do we have in here? Let me see. Oh, we got a few people in here. Ed knows, probably everyone knows, but I've been talking for way too long without doing anything with Mr. Punk with Toys here on maybe doing a crate. And you know, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing yet. I was thinking about doing a 3D printed one, and I kind of just knocked this up really quick. This is not what I would do, but I was thinking about this because I was thinking the logo might look cool on here. The crate would need to be different colors and have a different vibe in order for this not to like just overpower everything, and I get that. But I don't know, I haven't decided. 3D printed. Originally, he liked the square, old school Helidope crates, and I do too. But I just, something about when I think about a square logo on a square crate bothers me for some reason. It's not like it looks bad, but I don't know. It's just too many squares. Something about it. So on a, you know, if it's off center a little, maybe small. Where's that smaller one? Looks like a childhood block. Yeah, exactly, Ed. It's just too much squares. And if I remove this square and just make the logo the entire size of the inside, it's gonna lose its crate look. It's not gonna look like a crate. So I feel like his logo needs to be smaller, and then maybe you know, like off-centered. If it's off-centered and maybe burnt in there, it could have a different look. That'll look fine on top, but on the front, I don't know. I don't know what to do with it on this one. Maybe something like more of this style. I don't know. I mean, once again, on the top, finding an off-center position that I think it looks kind of okay is not too hard, but on the front, like, I don't know. I might be overthinking it, but it's giving me a weird vibe. Twist it. Oh, like a slap-on sticker. That's kind of punky. That is kind of punky. The thing is this is as small as I can get it with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. This is really what it looks clear in this size. Because you see there's, if you look at the bottom of the T and the bottom of the I and the H, you can see there's like some unwanted artifacts in this size. Now I could switch over to a 2 millimeter nozzle and just print a bunch of these and then super glue. Or, once again, if I go with a laser cutter or laser burner, I haven't tried how small I can get it, but I bet I can get it really, really freaking small because the laser is very fine detail. Not square. Yeah. Man, the prospect of gluing together a ton of these again is not exactly... Not... If I do these in this style for punk, or even in this style for punk, I'm not making them up front. It's going to be, you order them, I'll make them and ship them to you. I'm not putting together 150 of the dang things and then hoping they sell. That worked out well with Helidope. It did, the first wave of crates. These crates, you know, they're on extended hiatus right now, so that just is what it is. But yeah, I figure people will understand. Everyone knows me. I could put maybe a 3 or 4 week lead time on it. You order it, give me a little time to print them out and ship it. Or another idea I had, slap it on top. Contents contain nonsense. Yeah. Another idea I had was shipping it disassembled and then having people put it together. But I don't know, I gotta think about that. It is very easy to break the fingers off when you're putting them together, and I could see that being a problem. I might be able to redo this where it's like larger box joints or finger joints or whatever they call them. I don't know what that would be called. I don't know. Stuff to think about. Yeah, Ed, I know. I get that, man. You know, he's kind of a big deal, and he wants people to know that. And I think he just fell in love with the hella dope crates. You know, he's got the walls of them, and you've seen that logo in so many pictures all over the place now from doing that. Yeah, well, I'm gonna probably end up with just the square crate. I meant to mess with the laser cutter with his stuff the other day, but I just didn't have time. Hopefully tomorrow. I got something in the morning, but hopefully after that I might be able to have some time to mess around with that. It's not super cold right now, so that's good, because when I use my laser cutter, I have to pump air through this room to create a negative pressure or a positive pressure in the room to keep the smoke from coming out of the laser cutter and just continually feed out of the tube in the back. There is a fan in the back, but without a fan in the other window creating the pressure in the room, there's leakage, and enough leakage to make it uncomfortably smoky in the room. So with the window open, none of it gets out. Like with the fan going, you don't smell anything. But if it's 30 degrees outside and I do that, the temperature in my room gets to like, you know, it's going to drop 20 something degrees in the room easily. It gets uncomfortable after a while. What am I looking at? Oh, I'm looking over here. I'm looking in the wrong place. But tomorrow should be a good day. Jim Largo, what's going on, man? Sometimes leakage is a problem. Yeah? Sometimes stoppage is a problem also. Mud Orange Station, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. that a new window design on the work table? Largo, I'm glad you asked. I just got finished talking about it a little while ago, but yes. I just put these up today on Etsy, actually. It's a 2-pack, and you can see it here with a 1/18 scale figure. You got the frame that sits in your foam. It's got a little ridge in there so you can pop in your translucent PLA window. Holds it right in place where you would want it, and you can have it like that. Goes with 1/12 obviously very well as well, sideways or up and down. And this is an improvement on the old window design I used to use for myself, because I didn't have a lip in there, and I didn't have translucent PLA to actually print the window. I had to hand make the window, and I would just do the frame. A lot of mine, I did the one with the bar across it a lot. So yeah, the link is actually pinned in the chat for the for these windows. Like I was saying earlier, I'm really like playing with the translucent PLA is gonna open up a lot of stuff for me. I really was pleasantly surprised with how this turned out. I didn't think it was gonna look quite this good, because most of my stuff that I've done translucent before hasn't been very satisfying, but because it's so thin, it looks pretty good. What's going on, Troy? How you doing? Good to see you, man. We started a little early today. Actually started at 10:30 here, which is crazy. I've run out of retro collection Mandos. We'll need to get some more. Well, we're all buying something. So yeah, this is the first. You like them horizontal? Yeah, I mean, they can go like this, because it is PLA, so it might not be as snug after a while, but it'll actually kind of just hold there like that. I'm not squeezing the frame or anything. I mean, well, sort of a little bit, but if you have this mounted in foam, it should be pretty good. My Ross has dried up. I haven't been to Ross in a minute, dude. I will say one of the things I realized when I was making the old windows was you need this lip. You need that, because you're never gonna cut it completely straight. So even if the cut is a little bit janky, you put this in there. It's got the built-in trim, and it makes it look nice and neat. Okay. Largo. I did my first live stream tonight after a long hiatus. I think next time I'll set up mine to dovetail into the old random chill stream. Usually start around 11ish. Yeah, Largo, 11ish, 10:30, 11, 11:30, in that range usually. But yeah, that sounds cool. Someone bought a window. Oh, a window and some consoles. Whoever that is, thank you very much. The little console set. These have actually been surprisingly popular. Yeah, I mean, it was... Well, you guys were asking for them for a long time, or some variation of bits. You know, and this little video set I did with the two of them showing off this, you know, one of the simple things you could do with them helped a little bit too. And Troy sent me some pictures of a very cool retro kind of Star Wars vibe thing that he did with them, and he painted them though, which looked really good actually, having the other colors in there. It's so funny because in my mind I made them simple colors of gray and black, gray especially because it's easy to paint, and then I just didn't think about it and I was like surprised. I was like, oh, he painted them, that's sweet. Oh, Gonzo, thank you, Gonzo, appreciate it. Gonzo, you think you're coming to DFW again this year? When the DFW Joe show goes down? I'm guessing it's in June again. It usually is in June. Yes, I have, Fat Red. I have been thinking about it. It's been on my mind since before I figured out how to do the dang console, how to do the window. So, yes, absolutely. And I think that's going to add a whole other dimension to them for sure. I could see specifically like the way Troy built his thing, if they had backlit capabilities, like he could have hollowed out the base and stuck a little LED in there, and that would look really sweet. But I have to work on it, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna work on something this week. I got this that gentleman paid for last week, right after the stream, that I have to finish up. I got that pirate ship thingy, poop deck, that I need to continue on with that Instagram reel set, and I have not done any of that. I really should do that this week. But yeah, I'll do some design work this week. I was thinking more windows, but yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'll grab some pictures from Etsy and eBay and plug you. Oh, thanks, Largo. You know, I would say the 3D printed stuff, specifically, I mean, if there's, it depends on, you know, like your audience. If it's diorama builder types, the bits are good. These console bits or the windows right now. The catwalk playset is still up there, and I sold one like a week ago, and that was pretty cool. And I added the where is it? I finally put this up for sale last week or the week before. It's all a blur, man. And this goes with the catwalk playset perfectly. So it's really cool because obviously it's a very limited amount of people that own one of those. But, you know, I've sold, I don't know. I don't even know. I should know. I should know that. It's probably like 30 or something like that, you know? Maybe less than that. Maybe like 20 something. But even though it's a relatively small amount, I get people that want stuff. I have one guy specifically, and there's been a couple others as well in the past, but one guy recently who just wants things to go with the catwalk. It's like he likes the line, and that's just so cool, you know? So yeah, as you can tell, Largo, my answer is almost not an answer at all, but I'm sure you'll figure something out, and I appreciate you doing that very much. So I want to, but my son just oh yeah, man, dude, you gotta do what you gotta do. Absolutely. Try to make it 2027. Yeah, I don't think they've missed a year. I think they're pretty darn consistent. Oh, I got my pass right here. Look at that. Still hanging out right here, the Commander Pass. What am I gonna do? I gotta cut this. Where's that piece? This particular dungeon room thing that I'm building right now, though, has been getting the most consistent views since I put them up on Etsy. I mean, people just still like handmade stuff, you know. They just, and I feel it's priced pretty reasonably considering what it is. Don't stab your finger, John. Should have some extra scratch up. Pre-orders, yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, I appreciate it, Largo, for sure. I don't know how your thing works normally. Like, do you still pre-record everything, or you're actually on doing it at this time? Why will this not come loose? There we go. There we go. Pre-recorded and will continue to do so, but I want to do more live streams going forward, maybe a weekly show. Yeah, for sure. Haven't picked up a new glass case yet, but I'm trying to rework some of the shelving I have to do new dioramas. Yeah, you know, part of the reason why I started putting things up for sale on eBay and Etsy again was I needed room. Just had too many dioramas. And it's been really good. It's been really good. I still have more I should put up for sale. Things I haven't put up yet. Lots of one-off stuff. There are some, though, and it's kind of... You know, it is what it is, but like the bigger dioramas are the ones that I'm kind of like more proud of. I don't want to get rid of. They probably would sell for way more money, and I just don't want, like that bridge diorama. I don't want to get rid of it. I don't think I could. I don't think I can. Yeah. Space to find. That's no joke. Oh, at Fat Red. Alright, what do I want to do with this? This is too plain like that, so... How's the Facebook analytics going? It has slowed down a bit, Ed. Like, the algorithm is not favoring me as much as it was, but it's still doing pretty good. I'm over 10,000 followers now on Facebook, and my Facebook page basically didn't exist a month ago. Can't complain about that. Let's see, we are... Yesterday, I had 31,000 views on Facebook. My peak day was 175,000 views in one day on Facebook. That was January 29th. So 31,000. Yeah, it seems like we're leveling right now in between 40 to 30,000 per day. But when I got to the end of the bonus period last month, I did not push the reels as much. I was started doing the Instagram stuff because I need to do some on both. But it's been really good. Pulp Fiction, film noir kick lately. Yeah, that's cool. The Shadow, Phantom Lady. 30s, huh? What kind of... I mean, I'm trying to think. What kind of set would you build for that? I don't remember those. I mean, I remember the movie The Shadow. I don't know anything about Doc Savage. You know, I know The Shadow was a radio show at one point. Probably started as a radio show, I would guess. jungle scene. Did the shadow have like a headquartersy place, like kind of like the Batcave, or anything like that? I don't know. I keep having in my mind something like, do you remember on Star Trek Voyager when Tom Paris and Harry Kim would go off in the holodeck and they would do that? It was like that black and white adventure. It was like the old school science fiction world where they had the, I don't know if it was like Dr. Bizarro or something like that, but they had the spaceship with like the big old, levers and stuff. I don't know, that's kind of what I keep getting in my head. Yeah, I have done some trees in the past, but yeah, my secret recipe is I do trees with no leaves. If you just do the tree trunks, it's a lot easier to get them to look cool. I mean, or be less fragile and less of a pain in the butt. I don't know, I was just thinking like some tropical trees, like palm trees and stuff, might not look that bad 3D printed. 3D printing the fronds might actually look kind of cool. I have to play with that a little bit. Because you print them really, really thin. You could just kind of bend them with your hand and put them on stuff. That actually might look kind of cool. You could apply some paint to it. Maybe do them in a dark green and then apply like a light green highlight over the top of it. The shadow had the sanctum. Well, you wrote scantum, but I think you mean sanctum. Or maybe I'm wrong. A secret layer. He also had a nondescript business. Okay. Yeah, terrarium stuff. It's the scale's wrong. A skyscraper rooftop would work for a bunch of the city-based. Yeah, I've done rooftops before. More like, apartment building. Actually, I'm looking at this. This would look pretty cool as a. Oh, dude, I need to do a. Like if you had this on the roof, this would be a tight-looking skylight. Actually. You could just stack it down and get some thin pieces of foam and just put around the edge. But man, I could make maybe like a bigger skylight job like that. That would be really tight. Definitely giving skylight vibes, right? Reference, yeah. Pinterest, man. Pinterest. Just type in anything. Pinterest spits something out. That's what I do whenever I'm thinking about a new direction to go with projects. Like, oh, I want to do sci-fi doors. You know, I just create a Pinterest board and I just start looking at stuff and get some images together. I mean, sometimes it just pops in my head what I want, but having access to all of these other things that people have done and reference images and stuff really helps you pick a direction. Okay. What else? Anything else? Two of those windows could fit in one frame. V-shaped skylight. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, they could. It's pretty steep, but it's workable. And you could just cut out a piece of plastic card or a piece of foam board or whatever to fill the ends. I love the red. I'm glad I bought that red. I'm gonna have to get some other colors of the translucent PLA though. Yeah, I mean this will work, and you could definitely do what you're saying, Troy. But I could also design it to be a little different. But yeah, it just looks cool. I'm gonna have to do some kind of diorama using these now. Orc logic. Yes, a tea light would work in there for sure, Ian. Definitely. And I made skylights very similar to this in the past, but I did it by hand. You know, I just built a box and then got a piece of acrylic sheeting and then cut the lines across for this. Yeah, Warhammer lore is its own thing, that's for sure. I don't know why that makes me happy. Just that little piece that comes out. I don't know why. I like it. Scratches an itch. Okay. What time do we have here? 11:44. You know what? Before I cut this wall, I'm going to make the frame for this. And to do that, we're going to have to switch over to the hot wire cam. And they shall know no fear. Alrighty, back to the main. Every good playset needs a trap door would be cool. A trap door would be cool. That's a thought for another time, though. As this diorama is already pre-decided. You're not wrong about that, Largo. But they can always go out and work on something. I need to do some cutting. Four earthquakes. Alrighty. I have not been through one singular earthquake in my life. Alright, where is my ruler? I think the day is coming soon that I'm going to reorganize my desk again. This setup isn't terrible, but I think I can do better. Maybe a little more vertical with the paints. Maybe have some... There's a fair amount of clutter in my main organizer here too. An A&W cream soda. Wow. I've been wanting an A&W cream soda for a while. Where is the dang... I'm always misplacing that little ruler. I love that thing. I have a new one in the package for about 3 years. I just can't bring myself to open it because then I'll just have two of them lost at the same time. What's the point? There it is. Bang and the sound of rushing wind. It's interesting. I would have thought it would just been a rumbling. That's an interesting take, Gonzo. Interesting take. I will say, though, whenever I clean up my desk or anything to do diorama related, like if I clean the dio shelves or organize supplies, as soon as there's open space, I have new ideas. It's like having the space available and neat just begs for something new to occupy that space. It's really weird how well that works. Also, I think the act of cleaning and touching everything again gives me ideas and just like connects everything together. But that also being said, once I'm in the middle of a project, everything gets completely destroyed. I mean, there's stuff flying everywhere. I think an ideal situation is to have like your workbench, a big standing work table area that you can stage things out on, and maybe even a couple of other secondary areas. But for whenever I work on a project, I seem to have my primary work surface and then a material staging spot and a dry time, or completed at this step of the process staging spot. Also 100% chaos during projects. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll have to clean up midway just to be able to continue. But yeah, definitely chaos. It's when I clean it, I can't find it. Yeah, that can definitely happen, Gonzo. But it depends on, like, for me, you gotta have organizers, and it can't be closed drawers. If you just take everything and throw it in a tote, or you're putting it in a closed drawer, it's not gonna work. It's just like if you're organizing tools in your garage. If you throw it all in toolboxes, it's very difficult to remember what you have. But if you hang it up on the wall, or you have like I have this open thing here where I have my tweezers and everything just hanging ready to go. What could I do? It's a hot mess right now, but where's the dang T-cam? It doesn't even want to come on. Anyway, yeah, if you have it kind of out and staged and you put it away, it's very easy to find. But you got to put, like, some effort into getting an organizational setup. Yeah, flat surfaces. Anytime you can't see the item has to be visible to your eye in order for that to not happen. Stacked on a surface, or put in a tote or a box or a drawer. It's like, whenever I put something in a drawer or a box, I will literally end up with 3 or 4 of the same damn thing because I don't remember that I had it, and I'll just keep buying another one, and it's like, I used to do that with glue a lot, and now I have a shelf that's the glue shelf. But I also don't have a giant toy collection like most of you guys do, so any space I have available. Although I live in a relatively small space, a lot of that space would be eaten up by a collection if I had one. Instead, I have art supplies. Good night, Troy. Take it easy, man. I have been thinking about doing a diorama group page somewhere. Listening to Punk talk about his Facebook group. But I don't know. If I did it on Facebook, I would probably harass Ed until he showed up over there again. I know he might not anyway, but I was also thinking maybe Discord, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. It'd just be one more thing to kind of keep after. Of course, I'd make it janky. Yuck, Facebook, yeah. That's how I felt for a long time. The dang door. Man, I swear. Discord's been in the news lately. Something about requiring ID to use. Huh. That's a new thing to me. I mean, I have a Discord account and I don't need ID, but maybe I'm grandfathered in. I don't know. Discord servers, though, were like the Wild West. It felt like the old internet. You know, there was no Big Brother moderators or anything like that. I mean, you could moderate your server if you wanted to, and you could have someone, you know, like Ed in there. Although most of them were not as nice as Ed. But yeah, you could pretty much get away with anything on Discord about 5 years ago. I mean, you could go on Discord and open a video room up where all of us could just sit in that room and chat with each other and have a movie playing, whatever. There was no like copyright or none of that. I used to be part of an art server, and we would all just kind of sit around and people would be drawing, and you know, they'd zoom in on what they were working on and chit chat. Sometimes we'd play games. There was Jackbox games. It was pretty neat. World Makers Consortium has Discord. I mean, I originally used Discord for gaming. That's what I have one from. Discussing the changes. AI nanny bots, huh? I'm mixed on that, Largo, because I certainly feel that it's too easy for kids to get access to things online. But I don't like the nanny bots at all. Yeah, I don't like anything that limits stuff like that. But at the same time, I can understand you don't want kids on a lot of these channels, probably. This is obviously tame. But it's been very rare that I have someone young pop in here. There's been a few. But I'm sure there's probably a lurker or two. Alright, good night, Fat Red. Take care, man. Well, Jay Gonzo, that's been a thought on lots of things with China, right? I mean, they just they want growth, and they're not quite as concerned with the same things that we're necessarily concerned with. I mean, I'm not saying they might not care at all about certain things, but they certainly don't prioritize them in the same fashion that our Western sensibilities do. I mean, I remember that argument with cloning, too. People were like, oh, cloning, we shouldn't do cloning. And, you know, a bunch of other countries, they're just like, yep, we're going to make sheep or whatever, we don't care. So once the technology is out there, you can say that, you know, whatever. Do I think the world would be better without AI? I don't know, probably. Maybe. I don't know. You're not going to be able to stop it, though. Showing, wow, in the hands of action figures. That is crazy. That's crazy. You know what you need, though, Largo? You need a bot. You need a bot that goes through and does that. So I need an AI bot that can talk to their AI bots and tells them that, you know what I mean? Like, I need the YouTube repeal bot 2.0. Hollywood is scared of being replaced. Been seeing a lot of it. Yeah, I know. Since they came out with that last version of whatever in China, like a couple of days ago, it's been crazy on social media. With the lifelike images of actors. Kenzo's Creations. What's going on, Kenny? I mean, honestly, though, tripping with toys, I admit it, I've been a lurker. That's okay, man. There's no shame, lurker shaming here. You're fine. Another wonderful day in paradise, my friend, right? And if you feel like you're not in paradise, doctors say the number one cause of that could be not getting a good night's sleep. And you know what helps with a good night's sleep? I'm sure Kenny knows what helps with a good night's sleep. fun and games until you get trapped in Random's dungeon diorama with Gimp Deadpool. That could happen. We could definitely make an AI of that an AI movie of that pretty quick, I think, these days. Kenzo, you do translucent resin? You mess with translucent resin, don't you? Haven't do. Yeah, I've been playing with the translucent PLA lately. And it's pretty sweet when it's thin like this. Pretty spiffy, man. Definitely going to be doing more with that. It used to be if you wanted to do translucent on a filament printer, you had to use the PET G, but it just didn't really look that good. Glow in the dark. Thicker parts, yeah. I don't know, I imagine glow in the dark would be pretty cool for some diorama pieces. Maybe like, you know, lines and stuff. If you're doing Tron, that might be pretty cool, something like that. Ah, the modis. I don't know what that and what are the modis? Lotto moat creatures that came with Eternia. I went a little overboard printing those. Lotto moat creatures. I have to look those up. Little. Right on. Yeah, autocorrect is a crazy thing, man. So I'm talking to this guy at work, and he works out a lot, and he basically was a little, you know, sometimes when guys work out a lot, they get a little crazy about their body when they start, you know, maybe having a little moment where they're putting on a little weight or taking off a little weight and things start changing. And so he's like, you know, I just don't feel the same. I ate some pizza, and I'm like, I think you're gonna be okay, dude. I mean, he's pretty darn, he's jacked. Like, I'm like, it's fine. Everything is fine, bro. Just calm down. But he, you know, I was like, all right, let me see, man. Let me see your abs, you know, like, no homo, but let me see your abs, bro. And I'm like, dude, you're jacked. What are you even talking about? And then later, we were talking again, and he changed his number. So I go to put his number in my phone, and I text him back. Yeah, round is a shape. That's a Garfield quote, Largo. Don't be stealing Garfield quotes. I read all that stuff when I was a kid. I text him back because he sent me his new number. I just want to make sure, you know, he wanted to make sure we had the right number. And I type in sweet, and it autocorrects to sweetheart. And I'm like, this is kind of awkward, dude. You know, I don't know. It's just, autocorrect is a trip. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's one of those you had to be there. It was funny. Yeah. I'm like, show me your abs, and then I'm texting this dude, sweetheart. What the? Okay, iPhone. Think you're funny. iPhone's got jokes. He's a very nice guy, Kenzo, in that way, yes. If I was an 80-year-old Italian man, I feel I can get away with saying that to a young guy. But it was weird, but not really. We both laughed about it. That's what I was saying. Kenzo, I said the exact same thing in the conversation. I was like, this phone... Yeah, this phone is like picking up on a vibe, and it's like, okay, here we go. We got the perfect word for you, bro. Let me help you out a little bit. when your phone turns into your wingman, right? Kind of funny. Hold on one sec. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Give me a moment, guys. Alrighty. Mom woke up feeling weird. I don't know. She's just a little, I don't know how to put it. Maybe some anxiety or something. Nothing health-wise. Sun's due up soon. Okay. Ian, take care, man. Have a good night. Alberto, what's going on, Alberto? Oh, I missed this one. Discombobulated is an accurate word, Trippin. That's pretty close. She was sleeping. I mean, that's part of the reason why this stream is so late, is because she usually goes to bed at 9. And so once she's in bed and takes her medication, it's less likely they'll have an interruption. But not totally unlikely. So for everyone that's coming in a little bit later, just figure I mention it again. I did put these up for sale today. The link is in the bio on my Etsy. Link is in the chat, actually, not the bio. It's in my bio too. But yeah, these translucent PLA windows. Messing around with that. We're going to be doing some other stuff with this translucent stuff, but I'm really digging that. Thank you to everyone that bought some. And actually, I sold a few of these console button kits tonight too, and I appreciate that, guys. I really do. This is a commission too that I'm working on. This is one of those dungeon room dioramas that's also there on the Etsy. Those have been more popular than I thought they were going to be. So that's good. Keeping me busy. Those look like, thank you, Kenzo. Yeah, I mean, I really dig the red. I'm just digging it, dude. And it's got like the lip inside, so it fits perfectly, and it's got the rim around it, so you know, if you cut the hole like a little bit too big or something, the rim will cover your slop. Mount them sideways, mount them, you know, up and down. And yeah, people have been doing some pretty cool things with these. But as Fat Red mentioned earlier, and it was something I was intending to doing, but I haven't started on yet. I'm probably gonna start making it where I make some. It might not be these exact ones. I might keep this kit up, but I'm gonna do some consoles where the monitors are translucent, so you could put like an LED or something behind there if you wanted to. I think that would definitely look pretty neat. Alright, well at least I have most of the, basically all of the carving done on this guy right here. The only thing I'll have to do additional as far as making stuff is I'll have to make the straps for the door. But I've been putting those on after I've been painting it because it's a lot easier to dry brush without having to dry brush around straps. And I've been doing these that I made a little 3D model for as like the door handle. So I just leave it black and paint the little door handle silver, and it looks like that. And that's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. I want to 3, Ed. 3 in the last month or so. So it's not like, you know, tons, but for just putting it up, it's not too bad. I 3D printed those, Largo. But I used to make them out of Sculpey. I mean, Sculpey's easy, right? You just flatten some out, cut a little square, roll a little bit, curve it up, stick it on there, bake it, paint it. Yeah, 3 of that one. Yeah, it's pretty neat because it's the made-to-order style. I wasn't ever doing any of this, you know, post a picture of it and then build it after someone orders it, but that really has been working out pretty good. I think I'm going to stick with that model because once I do something and I think it's pretty cool, I can just do more of that. And as I'm going through doing that, I'm just adding more and more to the 3D printing catalog of things I've, you know, little things I've designed and could put up for sale as well. Like, I'm pretty sure those door knockers, I need to do like a handle set. Come up with like, you know, maybe 4 or 5 of different ones and do like a little, you know, set so you can door fixture set or something like that. I don't have water. I have seltzer. It's pretty close, Ed. I mean, I'm looking at it to try to get the nick marks and stuff like pretty close to where they are. So if you see here, this corner is out and this corner is out. And I got the top of this block chipped, I got the top of this block chipped. I got that chipped, I got that chipped. It's got like a hole right here because there's a hole right here. So I'm getting pretty close. And I'm using the same colors of paint. So we'll see. I mean, I'm adding a little bit more sometimes here and there. But pretty close. Like you can tell with the door. Very close. And it's a handmade item, you know, so if the damage or the weathering is off a little, I don't think it's supposed to be different each time. But it kind of makes it to where I don't have to think about what I'm doing quite so much if I have the, you know, the one model already done to just kind of go off of. I don't have to use my head. So there's less pausing. Yeah, a door ring, iron hinge set. I could also, I was thinking I could 3D print straps. If I had 3D printed straps with gray rivets in it, along with the ring. Or that's what you're saying as hinges, maybe. I'm thinking hinges up here, but I guess it could have both. Yeah. Let's see, what do we got? We've been going for 2 hours and 5 minutes. I like the process. I was just curious how close. Yeah. Reasonably close. And that's with this diorama. I can't say what it would be like with other kinds. I'm thinking about doing the same thing with this one, throwing this up as a made to order. Probably in the $50 range. That's what I'm thinking. It's much smaller, obviously, but it's not exactly a single figure diorama. You could put 2 dudes on it, and it's got a lot of effects going with the bricks, even though it's small. It's got pushed in bricks. It's got the other bricks glued on to pop out. So, okay. One more time, I'm just going to mention we have the link for Etsy up in the chat there. Really appreciate everyone that's been buying stuff. Working on this stream, this diorama right here that was sold at the end of last week. And that was sold on Etsy. That's the small dungeon diorama, which seems to be fairly popular. Yeah, the straps, sweet. I have up on Etsy a bunch of stuff. Please feel free to take a look. But I appreciate everyone that hangs out here and chats, especially channel members, but even if you're just hanging out, like Largo, you're totally cool. Thank you very much for coming by and, just contributing to the conversation on nerdy diorama building. So, hope everyone has a good night and a fantastic week, and hope to see you guys again next week. Take care, everyone.